How's it going, everybody? Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone is safe. Today we are talking about the PGRZ, and if you don't know what that is, essentially Panda Global, which is an esports team, has this algorithm that they make lists for, which is like the top 50, top 100 people for a certain game. Usually they do it for Smash, but they've done it for Dragon Ball Fighters, and they're going to do it for Street Fighter 5 also. But the full list is done for Dragon Ball Fighters. They've done a list already, but it was for the first year, and now this is a follow-up to it. So essentially, first year and the second year, essentially, because the third year is kind of ripped right now since COVID. But yeah, this is what the list is. So before we get into the whole list, it's top 50, I do want to talk about a few things. So they made this after they have made the Area 51, which is like the people that just barely didn't make the cut. They made like a frequently asked questions like how the stuff works. So I'll go over this pretty quick so we don't waste too much time here. But what tournament being taken into account? It's 94 events. Obviously, all the big ones: Summit of Power, Tokyo Festival, um, and FDJ are some of the notable invitationals they've done, and then of course um, a bunch of the open tournaments, right? So here's a list of them all, essentially what they've used over time. It's all of them, right? So this is a full list. This is 2018 to 2020. Even though there wasn't any tournaments 2020, I don't think so, right? Yeah, I think it's all 2018, 2019, essentially. But yeah, these are all the lists. It shows how many people were entered in it, all that good stuff. How's the algorithm work? So this is a little more long-winded thing to it. But this is the summary essentially. The algorithm only inputs wins, losses, and placements for tournaments that were in the PGR, which are all these tournaments right here. Also, another good point is where recency bias, right? Does the algorithm have any recency bias? It does not, which is very apparent in this list as you go through it. Um, they've had recency bias, they've tested with recency bias in the past, but yeah, in this list there is no recency bias, especially since this list is the game's lifespan. Of course, there's not going to be anything for that for recency. All right. So now that being said, how the system works, you can obviously read all this. Like I said, this is a little bit more long-winded, but if you want to, I'm gonna leave a link in the description so you can get to this page. You can see all of them yourself if you want to look back at the lists. Let's go on to it. All right, Area 51. So this is the people that didn't make the cut or just barely made out of the cut. So obviously there's the people. Kind of goes into everybody, just like a small brief history of what they've done. No player card or anything like that, but we can go up here so we can just read them all. So Beyond Toxin, Breaker Dave, Doza, Fame 96, SCO or CO. I don't know how to pronounce his name. All notable people who've played kind of early season one or have kind of dabbled around season two that much, but like mostly people who fell off the game pretty early. Not that they're bad players or they couldn't have made the list, just they kind of stopped playing, but had notable performances early on in the game, except for SEO. He was in season two, and he was doing pretty good. He was very close to making it into the World Tour Finals for this season or season two, right? So I know a lot of people don't like that he's on Area 51. A lot of people think he should have made the list, but honestly, don't know too much about him. I don't think he made that much of a splash season one, so I don't know. I know a lot of people weren't happy about him being off the list, but besides that, I think these are pretty notable names that, of course, if they push a little harder in the game, they could have easily made list. But yeah, Area 51. That's pretty much it. Not too much to talk about. Now we go into. Oh no, oops. Did I not pull up the right one? It's just 40 to 31. My bad. Here we go. I forgot about this one. Yeah, 50. There we go. We can delete that now. 50 to 41. All right. So let's start a list right here. 50, Verdane. Very good player. I like Verdane a lot, actually. He's kept the same team, has some notable wins or performances for season one and season two. He didn't travel out that much, but he has some decent wins. Aqua, Tachi Cobb, both really, really good players. So yeah, 50. I'm glad he made the list. He's a good player. I like his style. You see him a lot in Fighting Tuesday. I know that. And all of his performances are mainly in Japan, except Evo. He went to Evo for season 2. Did pretty decent, 49th place. That's pretty good for Verdane. Skyle, I think his name is. I can't pronounce his name too well, but yeah, EU boys, a bunch of EU wins and Apology Man. Yeah, pretty much all EU stuff except CEO. He got 17th, pretty good. Season 2 as well. Yeah, again, not too much to talk about the early list. It's like people, I kind of agree where they are for the most part. All notable names have done pretty well, like in this like region. There's kind of like a little pattern in the beginning, like 50 to 41. It's a lot of people that didn't leave too much, but like the tournaments they played in, they did pretty good. So yeah, this follows the trend on this one. Korean Wrestling Man. I know a lot of people like Korean Wrestling Man. I like him too. He's cool. 18. He used to be the big boy 18. The first of before even Shanks, right? Shanks is another big 18 player. He's a lot of fun to watch. A lot of season 1 performances. He didn't really do too much season 2 if I can recall. But yeah, he has some good wins. Fenrich, Moke, Galileo. Some nice season 1 performances again, mainly in his region. He did go to Evo, got 49th. Pretty good there. It's good to see him. He's a flashy player. He plays pretty aggressive. I like watching him. J-Law. I haven't seen him too much, but yeah, same thing, same pattern. Mostly EU in his region. Got some decent wins here versus Hook versus Apology Man. Um, yeah, not too much to talk about honestly. Kawamatsu. Hmm. He had an interesting team season 1. I've seen him a couple times. Season 2, he has a pretty standard team. Kibbu Bardock, Trunks in here. It's actually the Sage team, NJ Sage. He has some good performances here also. 4th, 7th, 9th, 25th at the Japan World Tour. Like I said before, he's Japan, so a lot of his big big performances are in Japan region or Asia. All season 2 though is actually a first. We don't really a lot of the people. Oh no, actually he also put all season 2. Most of the people are either season 1 or kind of a mix. But I did miss this guy actually. Jula had season 2 also. Season 2 only for his big performances. Coup d'etat. Um, Another good player. He's California. Obviously California, Anime Ascension, SoCal Regionals, Evo, 65th, 49th. Uh, all America wins. Following the trend again, like I said, it's not too much to talk about at the early list. But yeah, this is a good player. I don't know if I get to play him, but I've seen him play a couple times. Look who it is, this scrub right here. I also follow the trends. I didn't really travel out too much, but all my wins are from season 1. My big performances. I played a little bit season 2, but if you know, I didn't really like season 2 that much. I thought it was pretty bad, but I did give my best. But all my best performances are season 1. So Summer Jam, second, Fan North, 7th, 9th. I had some good performances season 1. I was 25th also on the first list, so I'm happy that I made it onto the second list somehow. So that's cool. Ify again, EU, mainly EU wins here. I'm just gonna scroll over this for now because it kind of follows a similar pattern. Utah. I played him. I played him at the World Tour Finals. I remember season 1. He's a pretty good player. Similar team from season 1, season 2. Again, he had some Evo places, Japan places, and then 41. Zerok or Zero Q. I forgot how to pronounce it exactly, but similar pattern. He did go to Japan though. He did play in Kivo. Got 13th. That's pretty good. Which is probably a big boost for him because he beat Kazunoko Kendevu and Galileo, which I'm pretty sure it's all in here, or maybe he went out to a different tournament. But yeah, it's good to have those notable wins on there that outside of your region. It definitely boosted him up here to 41, which is well deserved. He's a good player. All right, now it gets spicy. 40 to 31. Kana, I forgot about this guy actually. Um, big big performances Evo, 17th of both times, and then also World Tour events. So these are some pretty stacked events he went to, right? So double Evo and double World Tour events, both doing really good. That's a big plus for him, and some good wins against some pretty notable people. Taco again, JP boys, good performance. Season 2, 17th, fifth place at the World Tour Japan, ninth Kivo. All season 2 stuff also. I didn't really see him. I saw him season 1 a little bit, but yeah, season 2 he definitely made the big splash. 39th, good player. Cajun. Mainly season 2. I I don't remember for season 1, but he does have one performance season 1. Um, oh yeah, LCQ finals. Oh, he got third. That's right. He did get third this season or last season for LCQ. And Japan, what is that? Oh, it's Spain. My bad. Yeah, EU boys, France. EU had a good time this season. They had a lot of tournaments to go off of, so it was definitely way more EU boys compared to the last list, which is mainly America, Japan. Again, Obi Assassin, a very good player, 37, all season 2 stuff. Same team as well. He didn't change teams. But yeah, fourth LCQ. He did really good last year for LCQ. And all I think that's Japan. It's hard to tell. Oh yeah, this is Japan. Season 2 Japan. He went. I didn't know he went. He got 7th place. That's pretty good. Yeah, good player. Good player. Kubo. Kubo. This is the first shocker, right? The list overall has been pretty decent, right? I think people were where they should be. Kubo 36. I'm very surprised. Only season 1, right? He got 7th. Season 1 was big tournament, of course, and then ninth. But that's it. He's the only one that doesn't have 4, actually, which is very surprising for him to be 36. He has some big wins too. I don't know. I'm very surprised. This is the big shocker. I thought he would be on the list, but I didn't think he would be on 36. That's kind of crazy. It's pretty high. I don't know. I think he should be a little bit lower. Or yeah, I guess I'll say. How am I gonna describe this? I guess he should be higher on the list. I will say higher, as in like he should be not this low onto the list. Or let's reverse it. Okay, let's say he's lower. He's too. Oh my God, I don't even know how to describe this. Do I say higher? Do I say lower? I'll just say he's too high. I'll just say he's too high on the list. I think he should be like 40s maybe. I think for his lack of like just appearances in season 2. I mean, also we've read before. There's no bias here, but for him to not have 4 tournament performances, I'm surprised he'd be 36. Noka, good player. EU. He mainly season 2 here, of course. Not so much to talk about. He had CEO, which is pretty good. Had some good wins. The Kill Sage, Apology Man. He's kind of spread out here, right? He has Shanks EU, America, Japan. So he has some notable world wins here, which is I'm sure this is pretty good on the list to have. Moke Moti, good player. Only season 1 though. He had 2 season 1 teams. But he was very good. He's a very good player. He had, all right, 13th Evo, Kivo 7th, ninth Singapore, and then Tokyo Game Show got 5th. Very good player. Well, besides the Padre Man, he had all GP stuff essentially. But yeah, he was impressive season 1. Again, no bias, right? No recency bias. So 34 makes sense here, I think, for his season 1 performances being so well. I think it makes sense for him to be here. You could debate he's kind of too high, but I think he's fine here. It's not too bad. Galileo, another one. Season 1 boys. Uh, Big splash season 1. Pretty much similar stuff here. Third, 17th for Evo, 7th VS fighting. So he traveled a little bit more than Mokemodi, but also has some more notable wins. So I think Galileo is justifiable. I don't think he's too high or too low. Reynold, the boy Reynold. He made some pretty good performances in season 1, but he does have a season 2 performance here at NCR 2019. Um, he is a good player. He's just a good fighting game player. He's also an evil winner. He won KO 13. It's probably his best game. But yeah, I like Reynolds. Reynolds a cool dude. I'm glad he's on the list. I think it's a pretty good spot for him too at 32. Makes sense. He was pretty high on season one. I think he was 13th or something. He was very high season one. He has good performances. Ninth Evo too, and he also was in Summit of Power, which helps out a lot if you were in the Invitationals. Gives you a nice boost to get notable wins. Kane 31. EU boys. EU boys, pretty much all EU. He has some good wins here. He's all season two. I think this is fine overall. I don't really know too much about him, so I don't want to. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell if it's justifiable, but I'm gonna say it's justifiable. These are all pretty good performances here for season two. All right, that's it. That's a 30 list. Moving on. Let me close these while we move forward. 30 to 21. It gets spicy here. It gets real spicy. Subatomic Sabers. 30. Yeah. He's been grinding. He traveled a lot. All his big performances were America, but he did beat Dogra. He has a win against Shanks and some really good American players too. So yeah, I think 30 is a sweet spot for him. He's a very good player. Nakio, the boy. Ugh, this kind of pains me because I think 21 is fair. I mean 29 is fair, but I think he could have gone way higher. If you don't know, Nakio had cancer. He's fine right now, from what I know. But yeah, it kind of put him to a halt for tournaments, and also he had to make some catch up as well. But yeah, he did a really good season one, and he got ninth on season two. Big wins. He's a great player, right? I think he could have been way higher, but it was unfortunate circumstances for him. But 29 is very respectable, of course. Oh, this one. I don't know about this one. This is another one I'm not too sure. 28 Leffen. Um, he has so much power, right? Ninth place helps out a lot for the invitationals. All season one performances, but I don't know. I guess Levin had a pretty good performance, but I don't know. He was completely absent season two for the most part, and I don't know. I feel like 28 is a little bit high. There's definitely some players I think are better than him that are higher on the list, that are or lower on the list than him, but I don't know. I guess so. I think maybe like upper 30s, maybe 20 is pretty high. 20 is pretty high up there, but he's a good player. It's not like I don't think he should be on the list completely, but I don't know. 20 it's a very how do you say it? I don't know. I'm trying to think of a word to describe it, but I guess so. It's good for Levin. Levin's a good player though, to be fair. Hero. Oof. This is one I think he should be deeper into the list. I think he should be possibly top 20, honestly. I think he's very good. Nice performance season one and season two. 25th. He got 25th and then he went to 5th season two. Had a lot of notable wins. I mean, he's a good player. He's a very, very good player. I think he should be top 20, honestly. But 27 is not bad either. Cloud 26. This one I'm surprised too. It's kind of the same thing as Leffen, like the absence of season two entirely. And I know there isn't any recency bias, but I don't know. I think it's just a little bit too high. I also think he could be top 30 as well. He has some really good performances. Again, some of the power. That's the one thing I don't know if I agree with using the invitationals because it's kind of unfair to an extent because some of the power gets ranked so high because we have all notable players. I don't know. Just like part of me thinks that like they should not use this or invitationals for this, but I mean it's already on the list. But yeah, 26 for Cloud, not bad. Alien 25th. Um, yeah, he has some pretty good performances, right? 13th CEO, 7th, 9th World Tour Spain, season two. Yeah, I have no issues with this placement. I think he's pretty good here. 25th makes sense. Kindevu, man, Kindevu's so weird, right? Because like he kind of just like pops up out of nowhere a little bit. Season one, he only really made a splash for the finals, right? He did get 33rd Evo, but seventh. He got seventh of the World Tour Finals for season one, which is an insane tournament. Also, he qualified for it. He didn't. He won through LCQ. He didn't qualify like a Hook or Sonic or Goichi, right? He had to win. He had to win to get there, and then got seventh place. So yeah, it's a big win. Kandevo definitely deserves his placing, but it's just so weird because like he doesn't. He just kind of pops up out of nowhere. Honestly, it's kind of funny. But Kandevo is a legendary fighting game player. Obviously, good placings here. I have no issues with Kandevo being 24th. Matoy, I think, man, Matoy again. I think he's a little bit too low. I think he should be. I think he should be higher up there, maybe top 20. I mean, 23rd's pretty close, right? 25th Evo, 7th, 9th, 5th. He's very, very good. Very, very good player. I'm surprised they didn't put his World Tour finals here because he was in World Tour finals for season two, but I guess that's not as big, as notable as these wins here, or these placements essentially. But yeah, he's a very good player. It's a good spot for him, but honestly, I'd put him top 20. But it's the algorithm, of course. They have their methods of putting people where they should be. B, another player, top 20, I think, in my opinion. But 22, again, it's close up there. 25th Evo, he got fifth last year, and then some big performances in the World Tour Finals and Japan. I think. Wait, actually, hold on. Oh no, they did put it. I'm sorry, Matoy they did put him for seventh. I'm about to say. I thought it said Japan. The logo is so small I can't read it entirely. But yeah, both of them got top eight, or he got ninth. Matoy got top eight for last World Tour Finals. Yeah, very good player. You can argue him for top 20 as well. He has some huge ones, right? Sonic, Bombaban, Apology Man, Chris G. This dude's a monster. He's such a good player. Finally, 21, Kaimart. He's I don't know. It's not that much to say about Kaimart. He's a monster as well. Goichi, look at his wins though. Goichi, Hook, Moke, Bombaban, Tachikawa. He won Tokyo Game Show. He got ninth Evo, ninth or seventh in Kivo season two, and then he got fifth Singapore. There's not much to say. These three right here, you can easily argue uh top 20 placements, honestly. But they're high 20s, so it's pretty reasonable. All three amazing players. All right, 20 to 11. Place 20, Soji. Makes sense. Soji, it's kind of in the same range, right? Where like the three I just talked about, and also Soji, you can kind of rearrange them in any order. Honestly, they're all really really good players. Big wins, Moke, Tachikawa, Fenrich, Super Noon, no Kami. Big performance. A lot more season one than season two, but he made some stuff and he did some splashing in season two as well. 17th Evo, it's pretty good. Super Noon. I'm surprised about this one. I thought Super Noon would be higher, honestly. I thought maybe top 10. I thought maybe top 10 or like 15 to 10 possibly. 19th, I'm surprised. Um, he's been literally everywhere. Like he travels to basically every tournament. Um, big wins all around, right? Seventh, ninth, seventh in finals and fifth, or seventh for World Tour Finals, right, last season, and then fifth for Japan. Yeah, I'm surprised. I don't know. I feel like 19 is just too low for especially his performances. Some big wins too. This one I would probably put him like 15 to 10 range, honestly, for Super Noon. Motto, good player. You can argue him for top 15 as well. A lot of big performances, very similar to Super Noon, honestly. All in the single digit range, ninth, seventh, fifth, seventh. More season two than season one. But I know again big wins: Kazunoko Dogra, Shanks, Moke, Wawa. Very very good player. Cho. I forget about Cho. A lot of the times I do. I don't know why. I do remember season one though. So he also was named Superboy, I think. If I can remember correctly, I think he was Superboy because he won Persona. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he's also an Evo champion. Um, very good player. Big wins. Big notable performances here. Got second at Kivo. Mainly season one, again Evo season two, but yeah, there's nothing much to argue. He's very good. Aqua, man, this dude's a monster. The Apology Man killer. He's a cool dude also. Ninth place, seventh, fifth. He's not a fourth performance though. They didn't give him a fourth performance. Mainly all season one. Um, it, even though he doesn't have any season two performances or like not even a fourth tournament one, I think it's justifiable to put him for 16th. Like around like 20 to 15, I think is fair. He's very good. He had some huge wins, right? Hook, Dogra, Shanks, Apology Man. They should put Apology Man like four times here, right? And then Cho. Yeah, it's not much to say. He was a monster. We don't really see him that much in season two, but maybe he'll appear again. We'll find out. Chris G. Um, can't really argue here for Chris G. It's a very justifiable 15th place. Huge performances, right? Fourth, Common Breaker season one. That was a huge tournament. Winter Brawl season one. That's also a huge tournament. Evo season two. It's Evo, right? And then season two, Common Breaker. Uh, it's Chris G, right? He just plays every fighting game under the sun and does well. There's not much to argue here for Chris G. 15th, I think, is a very reasonable spot. No Kami, 14th. I'm surprised here, actually. This is another one I don't know. I feel like it might be too high, possibly. He does have a nice splash of performances here, right? He got 5th Evo, which is huge. That was like the biggest tournament for the game. Second NEC, 5th, and then 17th again for Evo. Um, I think he should be top 20, I guess. I don't know. That's not too bad. 14th, it's I don't know. Maybe a little bit too high, I think. But he does have big wins here too, so maybe not. I don't know. I'm trying to debate it in my head if I think he's too high. But not that much high. Like top 20 probably. If I were to put him, maybe like the worst of 20 possibly. But yeah, he's a good player though. Huge wins and big performances. Apology Man, 13th. Oh man, Apology Man. I was hoping for top 10, honestly. I was hoping for it. I didn't expect it, but man, Apology Man's he's been through the ringer. All right. He's always been behind Hook. He got smoked by Aqua 4 times in a row. He constantly gets bullied, but he's one hell of a player, right? Seventh, fifth, ninth, seventh again. A lot of season two performances, even though he was in season one a lot. 13th, not much to say. I think it's very justifiable. He's quite the player. Tachi Cobb, 12th place. Huge performance. Season two, World Tour Finals, and he got third in the Saga event. I don't know which Saga event that is. I can't read it. It's too small. But man, he's really good. He's very good. 12th place. He fought. He's probably one of the hardest working players. Also, he grinds like nobody else. Not much to say. 12th place. I think it's very justifiable. I think he's very good, but I don't know if he's top 10 range. But I think 12th is very fair. 11th, Bombaban. This I don't know. I don't agree. I think you can fight for top 10 for Bombaban here. I like Bombaban a lot. When he was in season one World Tour Finals, I was like, yo, this dude is a monster. He smoked Sonic. He smoked a lot of players. He's very good. I think you can fight him for top 10, honestly. But 11 is not too bad. Some huge performances here, right? Ninth place again. Fifth place Spain. Season 2 13th and then fifth, which is probably his best performance ever. World Tour Final season one. Yeah, very good player. Not too much to talk about. Now, the top 10. Spoiler alert, I didn't see the top 10 yet. I have no idea what the top 10 looks like. This is my first time looking at it. So, let's get into it. 10th place Wawa. Okay. All right. 10th place Wawa. Okay, the thing is, I never see the list. So I don't know who's ahead of him in what order. Part of me thinks he could be higher. Part of me thinks this is fine for 10. To be honest, I don't even really have to talk about the performances because they're all ridiculous, right? He won Japan, or not Japan, he won Spain, right? Oh no, no, he won Japan. All right, sorry, season 2, he won Japan. He won UFA again, third place, fifth place. Is they're all godlike players. There's not much to talk about for player performances, but the funny thing is I didn't see it yet. I didn't see the rest of the list, so I don't know. We're about to find out. Number 9. Oh, damn. Number 9, the Kill Sage. That just damn. I don't. Damn, I felt that one. All right. 10th Wawa, ninth the Kill Sage. I don't know about the Kill Sage. Wawa, I'm debating still in my mind if he should be 10 or higher. But ninth for Kill Sage, man, I think he should be a little higher than that. I think he was a monster season 2. He was really good season 1, but like season 2 he destroyed it. Everybody. He was ridiculous season 2. I don't know. I don't know about ninth, man. I don't know. We're about to find out. Let's see. Who's 8? Moke 8. This one I'm surprised. I'm surprised a lot for this one. Moge, no season 2 performances, right? Season 1 third. Evo. I forgot about that. He did get third, which is kind of crazy. Um, Third all around the board. He had a lot of third places, but a lot of big wins. I don't know. He was completely gone from the game season 2, right? But I think his performances justify a top 10 possibly, like a 15 to 10, I think. But man, 8th place over the kill stage, I don't know. I think the kill stage should be higher. I think Moke I think you could have put Moke 10th. I think you could have put Moke 10th or ninth maybe, but I, I'm kind of nitpicking here. It is top 10, so I am nitpicking a little bit. But I mean, Moke's hell. Like I said, all of these players are godlike, so it's you can't. I can't really argue too much. All right, 7th place, Shanks. Okay, this I agree. I think Shanks should be 7th. I think this is like a perfect spot for him. Um, yeah, not much to talk about. He's a godlike player. Huge performances. Season 2, he got 4th for Evo. The big 20, the real big 21 player, or not 21, 18, excuse me. Kept the same team too. He really made that team work. It's a very strange team, just to mention for what he played. But yeah, he's ridiculous. He's a ridiculous player. 6th place, Hook Gang God. Man, that's crazy. Hook, Hook was completely absent season 2, essentially. Besides Evo, I mean, Common Breaker, right? Got 3rd. But then again, here comes Summon of Power, right? Summon of Power, the Invitationals, the power of the Invitationals brings Hook to 6th place here. Uh, I don't know. I think you could put him. I think you could justify him putting him in that like 10, 8, 7 range. I don't know. I think 6 might be too high. I still fighting for the argument of putting the Kill Sage lower on the or higher on the list, right? I think he should be. Man, if I were to put the Kill Sage, I'd probably switch these two. I'd probably switch Hook into Kill Sage actually. I think the Kill Sage should be 6th and Hook should be 8th or what 7th or ninth. No, I think okay. If I were to rearrange this right here, right, from what I know, I would probably put Hook 8th. I put Hook 8th. I put Moki ninth. I put the Kill Sage 6th, and I keep Wawa. I keep Wawa and Shanks the same here. I think that's fair. All right, 5th place. This is the only one I know who 5th place is because I saw a spoiler. I know it's Dogra. I know 5th place Dogra. This picture is godlike also. No season 2 performance is right, but I mean, Dogra literally destroyed everybody. It literally says everyone on here. I can't, you can't even argue against Dogura here. It's like this. He was destined to be top 10. He destroyed everyone. Like it's I can't. That's it. He beat everybody. That's you can't even do anything about that. Fenrich. Oh no. Oh no. Fenrich. Fourth place. I was hoping for third. I like Fenrich a lot. Fenrich is the homie. He's a monster. I wanted him to be third. Now I know who the top three is. It's pretty obvious. But it's hard. You know, fourth place, I can't even fight for it, honestly. I think in my heart, I wanted him to be third. But fourth is fair too, because you already know who's third place. It's Kazunoko, the champ, the god, Kazunoko. All season one, right? Season two, he kind of fell off a little bit, but first place, first place, first place, first place. It was like, what are you supposed to do, right? I don't think he has a first place here. Yeah, it's all second place and third. Oh, Fanrich, no. Yeah, Kazunoko was the god. This was the best. This was like one of the best teams of all time in season one. Like in the entire game, he played. That was the most ridiculous team I've ever seen. That team is absurd, and he has the god performances, right? So you can't argue too much. And then we already know second place, right? Second place Sonic. Yeah, yeah, it's fair. Second place Sonic, first place Koichi. I think I think overall, I think we put Sonic second place here. There's been a few gaps where he fell off a little bit, right? He just fell off a little bit. And on top of the fact that Goichi beat him, he beat him Evo, and then World Tour Finals he didn't get to top eight. Sonic Fox, right? So I think for Sonic, I think second place is fair. I think you put him second place because of those small gaps, right? Those small gaps for Sonic kind of hurt his chances for number one, where Goichi was literally on top of his game the entire time. For the entire duration of the game, he's just there. He's on point the entire time. So yeah, that's it. That's the list for top 10. Wawa, the Kill Sage, Moke, Shanks, Hook, Dogura, Fenrich, Kaz, Sonic Fox, Goichi. That's the list. The whole list of Dragon Ball. Your boy made it on the list. Somehow, some way I made it. And that's a wrap. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Overall, I agree with the list pretty much. There's some places that are a little bit iffy for me, but overall, I think the list is pretty good. Um, Partially, the list does falter because of how the event is run. That because it's like a world tour event, if you didn't have a giant sponsor, it definitely hurts you a lot to travel. So like in the beginning of the list, right? That 50 to 40, including myself, it's a lot of people that were just really dominant in their region. So when they had a chance, they made it count. And a lot of those players could have been a lot higher on the list, but due to the nature of the World Tour, that's just how it is. But overall, I think the list is pretty good. I don't think it's a bad list at all. It's a very calculated formula and algorithm to make this. So yeah, this is it. This is the Hall of Fame for Dragon Ball. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this review of the list, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.